Hi, my name is Max Forsey and I experiment on how to build a lifestyle that suits me. It took me a long time to decide to camp by myself for 7 days. When you live in such a connected world, separating yourself from everything seems so distant and difficult. Yet, more and more people are leaving their cozy homes and comfortable lives to actually live and learn in the outside world. If you've ever thought about trying out the van life or the car life, if you've ever thought about trying to do Bill Gates' Think Week, and lastly, if you've ever read Walden by Henry David Thoreau, in this video I'll be sharing my experiences and thoughts on solo camping. Now, the first thing that you got to decide is what you want to accomplish while you solo camp. I had recently learned about the Silver Island mountain range with its free BLM land and desert hikes, so as an avid hiker, I packed up my car and drove out to western Utah. Just wanted to park super quick and show you that we finally made it to the salt flats, and I have only 26 miles left. You can see it right there. So barely made it. Gonna be getting gas here tomorrow, so super lucky. Just gonna go find a place to camp and later in the week hike those guys. So I'm excited. I ran into my first problem here. I brought a tent that I thought that I could use, but I figured out that I did not know how to set it up after an hour of trying. And so I just ended up sleeping underneath the stars. Just slept my first night out here, and I have to say that I slept so well. Oh my gosh, it was a little windy in the beginning, but man, it was amazing. And right now it is 5 a.m. I am definitely a morning person, and so I'm just waking with the sun coming up, and that is just gorgeous to wake up to. So I'm gonna now head over to Volcano Peak, see if I can hike it and finish it before the sun rises, and maybe watch it from there. And there is the mountain. Update, finally found the trailhead. I had to leave my car, if you can see that shiny little guy over there, because I drive a Corolla. So yeah, finally made it to the trailhead. Can't wait to get to the top. One of the biggest things that I noticed while camping out by myself was the silence. I ended up really enjoying it and finding a lot of peace in it. I also learned the joy of conquering mountains by yourself. Now time for food. My normal meal while camping included spinach, lentils, onions, bell peppers, cheese, water, and a little bit of salsa that I added in after I boiled it. One thing I learned while doing this is that a cooler only lasts 3 days. I'll let you know how I survived without one later in the video. Now back to hiking. After I had read a couple of hours after my meal, I was ready to get back to the peaks. Or so I thought. If you can see my car down there, I was gonna hike to the top of this mountain, but I definitely see rain coming here, so can't be on the salt flats when it's raining, so I'm gonna have to find somewhere I can park with some cover and see if I can survive hopefully the rain passes over so I can keep hiking tomorrow. But I will have to come back and hike Rochelle Peak later. Yeah, this just would not be fun in the rain. Gotta get out of here before I get off of these dirt roads. Before the rains get here, I'll be stuck. So yeah, that storm actually got really crazy. This is like basically being between, like being on the ocean. If you can kind of see out there, there's those guys just like driving with water on both sides. That's what I was just driving on. Holy crap, dude, there's people. The sad part is that there are people out there in those flats and they're stuck. At least from what I know, they're stuck. And with no tent or rain cover, I left for my next destination. Just made it to where I'll be camping for the night. I checked in the percent of chance of humidity or whatever, the chance of it raining gets higher and higher throughout the night. So I'll be sleeping in my car. Luckily, I think it's gonna work okay. I just slip my sleeping bag through here. All my stuff fits on the side. I can close this. And then I'm so happy that I have tinted windows. And yeah, it's actually gonna be pretty comfy. I'm excited. So I'll let you guys know in the morning where we are, because I've never been here. And see how day 3 turns out. I woke up on the first beach that I've ever seen with pink water. After having a pretty bad night of humidity in the car, it was a blessing to see nature's pink lemonade. Another thing that I really enjoyed while I was solo camping was the chance to sit and think about my life goals. In this week of isolation, I was able to take a step back and define what I want my lifestyle to be. Some topics that I organized during this time included diet, clothing, sustainability, minimalism, and social media. And then I got back to hiking. But this hike ended up being the worst hike in my entire life. There was no shade, no trees. At one point I hid underneath a rock and ate my peanut butter flaxseed energy stuff. And I tried to recover energy, and during this hike I used all the water I had in my backpack. But I was determined to finish it, so I made it to the top and had a great view of Salt Lake and enjoyed beautiful silence. I left Stansbury Island after that hike, and it is nice to be in a little bit cooler weather, and there's a lot of shade here, a lot of pine trees. My next stop is going to be here to hike Timpanogos. I'll be hiking it and leaving at the trailhead at around 1:30 in the morning and be getting there around to the summit around 6:15 to see the sunrise. I'll be doing this with with two friends, so I guess it's kind of, I mean, I'm not going to be completely alone for a full week, but after the hike, I'll probably just go back to going camping, which means, you know, mainly just still trying to aim for that time to think and read. But yeah, here made it to the Uintas National Forest, and it is a beautiful, beautiful day. It is 1:23. We are beginning our hike to the top of Timp. We will see the sunrise today. It is pitch black. It is kind of cold already. It is 4 o'clock. So we've been hiking for 3.5 hours now? Okay, just made it to the saddle, and you can see the view of the city. It just looks so cool. We got Brigham. I don't want to blind you. We got Jared. And then my sunburnt face right here. It is 4:30. We have made it to the top. Here's the white place if you guys have ever hiked it over here. But yeah, man, 3 hours, 7 miles, 7.2 miles, 3 hours. And boy, was it worth it. This is our view.
Holy Moses.
Gosh, that is gorgeous. After summiting Timp, I realized that I needed to make a change in how I was approaching solo camping. It is day 4 of week-long solo car camping. This morning was the morning I hiked Timp with Brigham and Jared. Just been taking a break and napping. We got burritos afterwards. And I realized that with solo camping or just spending a time to do things like that, there's a lot of choices actually. And I would say that these first couple of days I've kind of been aiming to live the lifestyle of van life, explore, things like that, where I can just really go wherever I want and just explore it. Volcano Peak, Castle Rock, Stansbury Island, seeing the sunrise at Timp, all beautiful, amazing things, but it isn't the aim of what this week is, what I want to get out of this week. My main aim is to throw myself and to dedicate myself to reading and contemplating certain ideas and thoughts. And so that's why I've decided to choose my fourth place where I'll be staying. That is deep in the heart of American Fork Canyon, past Tibble Fork. There's this place where you can camp up to 14 days. I'll be staying here till Sunday morning. And what I'll be doing for these last days, so Wednesday, the end of Wednesday, today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the morning of Sunday, I will be doing more of what Bill Gates does, which means reading and contemplating and trying to use this time of less distraction to really throw myself at things. So one of the books that I'll be reading is The Timaeus by Plato. This is the sequel to The Republic. It was a really, really influential book around the time that Christianity started up. It has a lot of interesting ideas. This is where Atlantis comes from, so it's definitely a really cool, interesting book. I'll be reading a book that talks about my family history, so I'm excited to be doing that. I have the Bible, which I'll be reading every once in a while because I've never fully read the entire thing. My notebook, which I'll start writing a book because I've felt prompted to write out my thoughts or kind of see where that goes. A journal to record my daily actions, and then also a journal to write down my ideas. So more principles that I've observed in my life. But that is the full shebang, and I will be putting my phone in the car I will be putting this in the car as well. No technology, no service, not a lot of things. It's mainly just a reduce on input in my life so that I can really focus on these things. This is of course a trial run, and by one of the things that I can do to reduce input is I'll be also reducing the amount of food I intake, and I'm in the summer, so I'll continue to drink water, but I'll be aiming to do a type of fast for these couple of days, hoping that helps me focus better and allows me to think better. If you guys are familiar with intermittent fasting, that has been kind of one of the things that's been talked about, so I will be testing it out. This will be the last video that I'll be doing until Sunday. I'll let you know how it goes. So on Sunday morning I'll give probably a review of the whole week and then put it all together for this video. I will see you guys on Sunday. And for those 4 days, I was completely in the dark. And before I share how the rest of the week went, I want to share what I learned and what I would revise if I went solo camping again. I learned that silence is powerful. I need very little to be happy. Days are so long, and I just like being around other people. This seems like really simple stuff, but it really hit me while I was out there. And for revisions, do shorter solo camps. I will definitely be solo camping again, but 7 days was a tad too long for me. Go as long as your cooler goes. Whatever you do, just make sure you have some sort of food that tastes okay. Bring a charger. I tried using my car charger and it was just not powerful enough. I definitely recommend a solar charger or power bank. Last but not least, make your goal clear. I entered this week trying to accomplish a million different things, and I found the most joy and was the least bored when I set my mind to accomplishing the goals that I had set for myself. It is 11:52 on a Saturday, so it's been since Wednesday that I've made a video talking about my week. The reason I'm doing it now and not Sunday morning is because, these past few days have been amazing. I've not had any technology, not really any contact with anybody, and I've just been able to read and ponder and meditate and do yoga. But when I went to go to bed tonight, I noticed that my heartbeat got pretty high and that my stomach was kind of like, my heartbeat and my stomach were kind of like beating pretty hard. And I was like, okay, well, I guess it's probably because I haven't eaten food since Wednesday afternoon. But so I just ate some food. I just drank some water like 20 minutes ago. They're still kind of like beating. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive home right now and go actually make a meal. Because I just read on the internet that restoring your electrolyte balance might be one of the reasons that the reason that my heart is beating is that my electrolytes might be unbalanced. So all in all, I will give a review of how the rest of the week went, but just want to let you guys know that the only reason that I'm not going till Sunday morning is because I literally can't sleep. But yeah, I still would say that it's successful. Now I know my limits in fasting. I still drank water throughout these past few days, but I haven't eaten food since Wednesday afternoon. I really haven't had any pain with that. I mean, I felt weak, but this is like the first time when I just went to go to bed where I've kind of noticed like, maybe something's going on with my body. So I'll give you guys, I'm going to drive home now, go eat a meal, and then give you an update in the morning about everything. But still, super glad that I did this. I got home, had a meal, and put my things away. Mission accomplished. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe so that others can find it. Tune in next time to see how I put everything I learned this week into action.